Hello to everybody from who knows about xxytalk.com and who is a member of there, and who also knows this person onnineko. Onnineko is a guy who I extremely argued with on XXY Talk on many issues, and I think as a consequence of arguing with him and him being extremely intelligent and me not using my words exactly like the intelligent intellectual people do, then obviously I got kicked off, and I am very sour about his sourness. I mean, I'm a forgiver and whatever, but the point here is that onnineko always, in my opinion, was very intelligent and was very well worded in a scientific way, just was crap with social skills. But now I've just read a post which I'm going to read out to you now. I'm not going to tell you which site it's from, but it's not from xxytalk.com, because I'm not on there and I haven't created a pseudonym to get on there, because I essentially am not a liar, but I did set up a pseudonym for XXY Talk, I think once, yeah, and the other time that I had a pseudonym, it was my girlfriend who had joined, thank you, and I came on with my dad's account, or my mother's account, I think it was, yeah. And so they banned my mother's IP address as well, xxytalk.com. So, but this, I've found this because I haven't, you see, this is the way my brain works. I didn't think of going into Google and sticking in XXY forum groups, enter, and a list of all sorts of things. There's a lot of transgender forum groups though, and I've tried to join one of them, didn't seem to work, I don't know. I am part of, but not an active member of, many groups of transgender stuff and people who have different bodies. You know what I mean? They're people who know. Anyway, yeah, so onnineko always wrote very good posts, and the only thing we agreed with on XXY Talk together was that we are intersexed, and that, you can take estrogen as well as an XXY person. And I want to read out this post, so I hope you're still with me, people, because this is extremely important information to hear. He entitles it, Updated Information on Estrogen for XXY. I'm very well aware that when we knew each other, he was so antisocial, rude, and no way of dealing with this person on a social level. I mean, honestly, he was a sharp sword, and in this post here, I think he's changed, and it was done roughly about the time when I was, getting kicked out of XXY Talk. Right. Okay. I'd say it felt pretty good, because when I was arguing with him, I wasn't absolutely calling him a prick. I was just saying, I was giving him a lot of information actually about him, his own personality. Anyway, I won't waffle anymore. But the only reason I'm waffling and not saying it immediately is because I know. And it's, dodgy, will I do it? Will I read out this post and then have a member of xxytalk.com who watches my videos but doesn't comment because likes to be like a spy, and goes and tells onnineko that I've just done a video on his brilliant post? I would hope that the spy would go and tell onnineko that Peace and Party Gavin Coleman has just gone and done a video on a brilliant post of onnineko, and I'm not trying to get at onnineko, and I never was trying to get him. Okay, I hope the posts of XXY Talk are still up there so that you can see if police forces, for instance, want to come and check out, anyway, I suppose I'm going into that too much, but it is a thing on my mind, because people like me do generally get attacked by people, or threatened, let's say. Threatened is better. And threatened is better because that's the best way of terrorism. Threaten instead of actually doing something. Because threatening is much worse. Here we go. Excuse me for that very huge introduction. How many minutes was that? 5 minutes introduction. Jesus, I'm sorry. Here we go. It's been a while. This is his post. It's been a while and I'm still on that program of 25 mcg estradiol patch, But I've learned some new things, and I want to share that along with some better numbers for estrogen targets. Originally I posted about 150 pg/ml on a scale of 750 pg/ml, written better as 150/750 pg/ml estrogen level. Better numbers are 100 to 120 pg/ml, 135 to 162/100 1012.5 pmol/L. You see, this is how he talks. At this level, a male-looking XXY person will stay male, but they will also pick up the most calcium from a calcium-reinforced diet, and they should overcome the debilitating effects of depression and anxiety from not enough hormone in their system. So the targets for estrogen and testosterone are now better stated as testosterone 550/1100 ng/ml and estrogen 100 to 120/750 pg/ml. Taking the low dose estrogen is perhaps the best thing that's ever happened to me. The difference in life is like going from a black and white world to a world of colour. I had a sudden reminder recently of what the black and white world was. Scary place it is. When I found out what a 3-day patch really is, when I found out that a 3-day patch really is a 3-day patch, and when it wears off back, you go to a black and white world. But my barriers were down, relaxed. What a horrible experience realizing I'm dependent on something besides myself. Still, would I trade a black and white world for colours in a heartbeat? Absolutely. I used to have a hard time engaging with people because I couldn't understand or relate to their concept of fun or happiness. Now I can really appreciate the difference, I hope to God. It is my experience that XXY people, because of low hormones, are suffering extreme depression. A thumbs up there. And it might be suicidal in nature. Agree. The cure is to raise one of testosterone or estrogen above those minimums. Not both, though. There are too many issues with cancers to risk raising both. It is okay to be male and take low-dose estrogen. So that's brilliant. onnineko always talked about that. That why is everybody thinking that we should take testosterone? You know, why don't we take estrogen? I mentioned anxiety above. It probably didn't help being XXY, but I'm also gender dysphoric. The anxiety that was developed from just living life was a severe hindrance. Raising my estrogen level above 100 pg/ml, scale of 0 to 750 pg/ml, eliminated the anxiety. It didn't eliminate my feelings of self-consciousness. That's a learning curve, but I don't have panic attacks anymore and the dread is gone. And I'm very happy about that, onnineko. A year ago I had extreme fatigue problems too. Changing my diet, getting more exercise and adding a low dose estrogen fixed that problem. I no longer finish a day of work, not hard labour either, and need a 2-hour nap to function at all that night. The world is certainly improving in all sorts of ways, but a good chunk of why is the medical problem relating to low hormone. This relates to me, onnineko, completely, so it's very important for me to put this up, so I hope you don't freak out. So I have to ask, why would anyone choose to be a transsexual? Getting into a very good point here. So I have to ask, why would anyone choose to be a transsexual if you're XXY? When you don't have to. The standard program for XXY people pushed by the medical establishment today is the same program given to a female-to-male transsexual. Why would anyone subject themselves to that? 1,000 times the testosterone is not a good replacement for low-dose estrogen. And that's it. And to be honest with you, I'd like to read out more of onnineko's posts, but with his permission. But there's no way of contacting this person because onnineko is completely anonymous, and that is the name, and he's got no email address that I know of. I'm sure other people have got in contact with him, but he's extremely, he has been extremely protective. It seems that he's let loose a bit now, and I hope that he's not a person that continues hatred towards other people, because I certainly don't. but there is definitely like still tension, and there needs to be resolve there between us. And I'm totally open for that, and I've always been open for that, and I've always tried that on xxytalk.com. So it's nuts that I'm still banned from the place, because I wasn't ever. I'm like I am on video, for God's sake, Yes, I get angry, but I mean, then I say to people like, "Are you all right? Is everything cool?" Anyway, so I have to clear that up. Yeah, God, I'm glad I looked at the time. 10 minutes, 20 seconds. Jesus, I waffle a lot, don't I? But that last paragraph is very important, that this about the female to male. Please rewind it and listen to it again, his last paragraph. And 1,000 times the testosterone is not a good replacement for low dose estrogen, and also low dose testosterone, because technically I'm on low dose testosterone. I don't have it here anymore. I did. I'm on low dose. I don't get huge amounts. Yeah, onnineko, I'd love to talk to you. Yeah, ciao.